'Cause they abuse my friend for years? Have your entire life ruined. I'm in my 20s and have a friend in their 40s. This friend of mine waited 40 years for revenge on the woman responsible for 8+ years of abuse. You see, my friend, let's call them Ace, not their real name, was deemed psychotic after a 15-minute talk with a bigoted principal's therapist in kindergarten. They weren't. They were autistic. For over 8 years, teachers and principals were under the impression Ace was a psychopath willing to kill them all. They used this as justification to physically abuse Ace. This left Ace with severe PTSD and emotional problems. It didn't help that Ace's home life wasn't the best either, not physically abusive like school. But one parent spoiled Ace and the other full-on neglected them and emotionally abused them. Ace was gaslit and abused so much they began to believe they were crazy. It took 5+ years of therapy with a real professional to convince them that they weren't at fault for their abuse and neglect. Anyway, my friend Ace worked hard to create a successful business and became very rich. After all that and my friend becoming rich as FCK, they started suing their old principal. For the first few times, the principal had covered. They'd been sued for many different abuse charges before. But after around the 15th time, the principal started to lose a decent chunk of money, even eating into their retirement plan and 401k. Eventually, the principal demanded to know why they were being relentlessly sued for things she didn't do. My friend just laughed and with a smirk said, "I know you did these things. You can destroy evidence, scare witnesses, and hide your crimes all you want. But I know you did this." "How?" "Because I was the one you did them to, BTCH. They told me the look on their old principal's face as they realized a kid they abused and thought they'd never see again was right in front of them, ruining them mentally and financially, was priceless." This went on until the principal couldn't even afford rent anymore and just pled guilty to the crimes they'd hidden for over 50 years, because being in prison was better than being on the streets. For context, the suing started out in civil court, but eventually Ace pressed for criminal charges after giving enough evidence of the damage done to their psyche and mental health. Edit. 1. You guys don't have to believe this post. I just wanted to share. You don't have to comment things if you don't want to believe this story, just ignore it. By viewing and commenting, you're only increasing the likelihood people who will believe it are gonna see it. 2. Guys, why are you on this sub if you aren't gonna believe anything? This sub is called RNUCLEARREVENGE for a reason.